Hello, Cancer. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For the support of Oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Alright. We're going to do a relationship first, single second, and Oracle cards come out where needed. You got the King of Wands at the bottom. I was kind of reluctant to pull that, but I'm feeling like it's important for this situation because I feel like there's a lot going on between... I feel like they're saying the King of Wands is the energy going on with the you two together. You and this person together are making things move forward. Things are actually going to happen here. It's taking action. So you're directed in going towards action. So I feel like that's something does need to happen. So don't get too stagnant. Okay. Keep that in mind as we keep going forward. Where you're standing, you have the Two of Wands, and it's covering the Lover's card. So I feel like the decision you're making right now, when it comes to this relationship, I feel like if you just come together more with what's good for the relationship, this may go a lot easier for you. So, and it may even be a little bit more just to get through it, to get past it, trying to see it from the other person's point of view. I feel like that could be a little bit 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, only in the sense of if that's something you're constantly doing anyway, that could be a little bit kind of well, I do that all the time anyway. But of course, there's something here with this, though. I'm trying to understand what they're saying with the Two of Wands and the Lovers, because the Two of Wands is covering the Lovers. I feel like if they say if you just back off from the decision for a second and just think about where this is going, relationship-wise, I feel like it'll get a lot easier for you. Because I see you with the Temperance card, and there's definitely things you want here. And that's good. And you've got a lot invested here. The Eight of Pentacles. A lot invested in here, but I feel like at the moment, and I don't think this is bad, so don't take this the wrong way, but you're just looking at something, you want something to happen now. Now it's kind of like it's your turn is how you're feeling right now. I want something to happen. I want things to go my way a little bit. But what they're saying here with this, at this time, even though it could legitimately be your turn, and I'm not going to negate that out, they're saying the Moon card with the solar plexus here are your challenge cards. Kind of yeah, your fair time should come forward, and maybe it is literally your turn. But they're saying this isn't the best time for you to get what you really want. Something better is down the line, and for this situation, to get past it and move forward from it, it may be better just to kind of just step back and see where your partner's coming from and maybe relenting a little bit, only because something better is going to pay off for you down the line. I feel like they're saying with the Moon card and the solar plexus, this is you may be very strongly holding to the point where I want this to happen now. It's my turn. It's my turn to get something. I want this. This is what I want, and it's my turn. It's my turn. So give me what I want. I feel like that's the energy right now. It's my turn, so give me what I want. It's my turn. My turn has come around. It's time for you to give in to me. But the Moon card with the solar plexus is saying that this isn't really going to serve you. Relenting on this one, something better pays off for you later. Okay. Now, if we keep going forward, because I feel like one of the reasons they're saying this is your partner has two knights. They got the Knight of Pentacles where whatever it is, there's something clashing here and you're trying to wait them out. You got the Temperance card. You're trying to wait them out is what I'm getting. But they're not relenting either. The challenge with your partner, I'm getting the Knight of Swords could be a little bit more of an argument feeling there. It can be sometimes, it can be. And I'm feeling like they're not willing to back off, and they're looking to fight to get what they want a little bit, and they're not going to back off. They're going to keep fighting. They might get a little bit, words could fly a little bit high, whatever that means. Words could be a little bit much. A little bit over the top is what I'm getting. So I feel like be careful how far you push your partner, because it seems like they feel like they're backed into a corner. It's kind of like if you back a mouse into a corner and it goes, and gets really aggressive. It's like I may be the size of a cup of tea, but I'm gonna take you out if I can. So you know what I mean? They're feeling backed into a corner, and they're like, oh, the nails might come out, the teeth might come out. So be careful, because they're feeling like they're backed into a corner and they really want this. And I feel them also coming at this, they're not willing to back down. They got the woman holding a coin. Don't get caught up in the gender, but this is like they're very emotionally invested in this outcome. They want this, and they're going to fight for it. The Queen of Swords, along with this, is telling me they're not going to just let this go. They're going to evolve that Knight of Swords into the Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Swords is more of a diplomatic. She knows what to say to get what she needs. She can be very biting at times. She can be. But she also knows how to get what she wants. Don't get caught up in the gender of this card, of course. But it's a very intelligent card. And it's like, sometimes it can be a very biting card, yes. But it's also highly intelligent. So, in other words, you're going to get an argument about this. They're not going to relent. They're really emotionally invested in this. And they're going to come at you very, possibly sharply. And the reasons why they're not going to back down. Now, the way I read these cards, King and Queen, one doesn't outrank the other. I don't see one outranking the other. They're equal. So you're coming towards this with the King of Cups. And they're telling me where this is heading is your partner is going to be very aggressive explaining why they're not backing down. You're going to feel very strong, not backing down because of how you feel, like it's your turn. That's kind of the feel I'm getting. Like, it's my turn to get something. I want this, and it's my turn for you to back down. I feel like I do that a lot. It's my turn. That's how it keeps feeling, which I know it may sound a little simple, but that's the basis of the energy there. I don't see them backing down. I just don't see them backing down. Though the weird part is here, this could be more of a stagnant thing. Because they got the... This is interesting because with your relationship, they have the Four of Wands with the Fool card. They really think you're going to let down. Relent. They think you're going to relent. Or let down your guard, or let them have what they want. They got the Four of Wands. They seem to think this is how this partnership works out. They feel very bonded here with you. Like, they feel like they know you well enough. They just have to keep going. And they're very optimistic that you're going to give in to them at some point. And the Four of Wands is a very marriage-like contract. Like, this is something for the long haul. They're feeling like they have to stand their ground. At this part, they're so invested in this, they don't want to back down. All right, so the way this is heading out, I don't feel like this is optimal for how this could play out. But I feel you relenting a little bit. I just feel like you kind of ignoring it and kind of going, all right, do whatever you want, and just kind of checking out emotionally with that Seven of Swords. But I'm also getting that all tied up, like you're not really happy about it, and it's kind of got you in knots. You're not happy that you had to just kind of like let it go, or let them do what they want. And I'm feeling a little bit of disgruntled feeling here. Like you're not happy about how this played out, and you're letting it go, but you're not happy. They're matching cards. They have the Karma card with the Four of Cups with the base chakra, the root chakra. They basically got what they felt they needed to get. But they're not happy either. They got the base. I got the root chakra coming in with that Four of Cups as well. They're matching it up with the Karma card, but I'm also feeling the Four of Cups here. But they got what they wanted. They did. They felt like they had to get it. But they're not happy about it because they know you're not happy. So it's kind of like the win-lose thing there. It's almost like, what is the card? Is it the Five of Swords, I want to say, is the fruitless win? Because that's kind of how it feels here. Although they do technically feel like they won. but they're not happy about it because they know you're unhappy. That's the Four of Cups. So this isn't really ending that well for them because they technically are getting what they felt like they needed to have. They needed to have it. They were very emotionally invested, and they did get it. I think you got kind of annoyed. You're just like, fine, it's yours. But they're not happy because you're not happy. What I'm getting from this, the whole point of this reading is, if you can relent, but somehow you might even want to strike a deal. I don't know what that means, in the sense of like, well, all right, you want this now, next month, for New Year's, just for argument's sake, I want to go to such and such a place, and I want to spend the whole night there, and I want you to be for me. I want you to be there for me. Like, maybe you could get something like that. Because if you could strike some type of deal where you're satisfied that you will get what you want later or something else later and you'll give into this now and you can feel satisfied with it, if you can feel satisfied, this will make this whole situation go better. So I don't know how that sounds about the strike a deal, but I think that's a good idea. For example, if there's something you want down the road, or you're like, you know what, in February, I want to go on a weekend trip to the Caribbean or something, or whatever it is. Whatever is realistic for you, a weekend trip, a weekend something. I want that in February. If you're willing to do that for me then, and I can get you, like, you're committed to it, then fine, I'll easily give into this. Like, I feel like you could strike a deal before you finally give in. I feel like that would soothe both of you. One, you would get something else you want. You would have something to look forward to. But two, your partner wouldn't feel like that you're unhappy. They really don't want you unhappy with them. That would really kind of damper this for them too. So it'll balance it out. It'll make it feel a lot better. That's the advice for that. Okay. I think we're good for that. Yep. All right. So let's go into Cancer single. What we have for Cancer single. My nose is filling up again. For a little Pete, I thought we was good with that. All right. Some of that stuff doesn't work very long, I tell you. I take it and then it's good for like an hour, maybe two, and then it's like, oh, here we go. Back to square one. What do we have for single cancers? What do we have for single cancers? Messages for single cancers. What do we have for single cancers? Messages for single cancers that really help them, that show them the truth about what's happening around them so that they can find the joy they're looking for. That goes backwards a little bit. That's interesting. All right. Well, you got the Six of Cups, too. There's something backwards already popping in here. Okay. So the last card's face down, I think, so it doesn't influence me till we get there. It's fine. It's fine. I got the center is coming in a little backwards. You got the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords. I got two sevens there. But the Seven of Cups is like possibilities, ideas, thoughts, sometimes fantasies, sometimes grabbing for, or wishing for a dream, kind of wishing for a dream. But you also get the Seven of Swords, which is kind of like, walking away from stuff, like trying to get away with what you can and just leaving the rest behind. So this outcome is unexpected. I'm already thinking that, but we'll find out. All right, so the center, I feel like we're going to start with the center here. This is backwards because, like, usually these cards come in like this. Like this is leading into that, but it's coming in like this, kind of like, I feel like you're pulling back to the past and you're reliving some of the past. You got the thinking man right over it, kind of like, maybe there's something from the past here that I left behind, something that I didn't really work out or something I didn't really go too deeply into that I could have. Because I feel like you're thinking about the past and past connections. You got the thinking man there. You literally have the Six of Cups at the top, which is the history card. So there's a lot of history coming in here. And you're wondering, like, what exactly is going on here? Is there something from the past that I left behind that I could get back or that I could have made more of? It's a general read, so it's either a past love you want to get back or it's somebody that you maybe gave a little shot to but walked away from because you just didn't spend the time with it. And you got the Ten of Cups here at the bottom. It's like, whoever this is you're thinking of, you're remembering this. I feel like you're romanticizing it a little bit. Like, you're remembering the good times if it's somebody you were once with, or if it's somebody you walked away from, you're kind of like, maybe there was a lot more there if I just give that another shot. something could still come of it. And you're just kind of romanticizing what you liked about that person. You're really playing up what you liked about that person. I'm getting the Temperance in the past, too, by the way. So somebody else might be kind of holding on for you. Somebody else might be waiting for you to come back towards them. So this might work out. We got 2 face-down cards at the end, so we'll find out at the end. Because I see you going forward. And I feel you thinking about this, like this past connection, whether it's a past love or it's somebody you just saw a little bit of and you're like, I let it go flat, but let me go back and rekindle that. You got the Star card with the King of Cups. Don't get caught up in the gender, but basically you're like, I want this. I'm feeling for this. And you're going towards this person, and they have the Nine of Pentacles. They're all about it too. You're getting a very positive response. Whoever it was in the past, no matter how it connected, they're responding in a favorable way. You're very hopeful, very optimistic. You're like, you know what, maybe things just happen in the right time, and now maybe now is the right time for this. You're very optimistic here. Now, what are we going into is a great question. Because before it goes any farther from that moment, you're getting a very good response, but you got the Two of Swords and the... Is it the third eye chakra or the crown chakra? That's the crown chakra. You're getting this favorable response at this point. They like you. You're feeling for them. You're very optimistic, but like you're not jumping forward too far too fast, because that little inkling in the back of your brain is saying there was a reason. Either there's a reason this ended the first time, or there's a reason you walked away from it before and didn't let it become more than what it was. And it's just kind of playing on your thoughts, like, if this was a past love, wait a minute, why did I walk away from this before? Or why did this end before? Or two, if this was a situation that didn't go that far the first time, why didn't it go that far the first time? Why didn't it go that far the first time? All right, let's flip these 2 cards and find out what we have. As you're going forward, I feel like you're getting a positive response, and you're about them, they're about you. It seems like it's good, but it's not tipping over the edge. It's not tipping into the next phase. I feel like you're seeing this person, but it's not going into a relationship. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, and they have adjacent possibilities. This is for them. And I feel like this might be what the problem was before, adjacent possibilities. And you're wondering, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm kind of remembering why either this went stagnant, or I walked away from this before, or it ended before, whatever you want to go with it. I'm remembering the history of this now, and you're seeing all these adjacent possibilities around this person, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Do I like that? Am I okay with that? What's going on with that? Is that a problem, or is that just like how it is? Are they very flirty? Are they very flirty with a lot of different people? Flirty doesn't mean anything inappropriate is happening, but some people would say, you know, even flirting is not appropriate, so that's up to you. Is flirting off the table? Like, should they not even be flirting? Some people, that's just their natural personality. They don't even realize they do it. But this is why it's kind of hitting a level. It's just kind of plateauing out. It's just kind of like, you know, leveling out. Like, oh, I don't know. So when you get to this part, this is basically your moment to say, do I want to step any farther forward? Because you're going to plateau for a while, and it's just kind of like, are they really interested in me, or are they just very flirty, or what's the deal? Do I think they're going to cheat on me? Do I think they have do I think they have other interests with other people? Might they choose a different option? Because that's how this is going. Like, all of a sudden you're remembering why the past played out the way it did. Whether it was a past love that moved on, or it was somebody that just didn't go very far with. You're remembering why, and now you're coming back to it like, what do I want to do with this? Because now you got to see it clearer. I feel like this is the part where you got to really see it. Is there something here, or is it just wishful thinking? And that's how this ends. Of course, if you decide you'd like another reading with me, that's fine. I can send you my pricing. Go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.